All right, so we should be going live here. What's going on, everybody? What's going on, YouTube? Hope you guys are doing amazing. Happy Easter Sunday. Super grateful, super excited to be here with each and every single one of you guys as we ramp up the end of what has been a great April. So without further ado, guys, we're gonna go ahead and jump in as we get this stream kicking off here and we start seeing everybody tap in. So shout out to everybody who is here, ready to go. Nickel and Diamond, the chat, what's up? Steven, what's up? Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. Michelle in the building, hope you're doing great as well. All right. Let me also send out these last minute messages. Okay, cool. We see everybody tapping in here. Alrighty. So guys, really quickly, I know that we have the last couple of weeks been a little bit on and off with travel and everything like that, but we are locked in, ready to go today. And well, for Easter, we wanted to do something really special here, which is to give away a funded challenge account to somebody that is on the stream. Now, we will do it towards the end of the session. So we're not going to do it right at the beginning. We're going to, go through our outlook and, just kind of cover everything that we see so far as, as far as our strategies go, opportunities, and just kind of recapping a little bit of everything that's been going on. So make sure that you guys stay tuned throughout the entirety of this live session, but also let's go ahead and promote this to everybody that's in your group chats, whoever, because as many people that get on here, increases the chances of you maybe winning a funded challenge account, right? So definitely, take advantage of that. I want to thank Brent for being here as well, ready to give you guys some value and obviously contributing to giving away this challenge account. So wouldn't be possible without you, bro. Super grateful to have you with me every single Sunday and really in the trenches day in and day out with this trading stuff. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pass the mic to the one and only, the GOAT, Mr. Bear himself. He's all type of animals, the bear, the goat, all that. Mr. Brent Balal, hope you're doing good, bro. Let's run it.
What's up, bro? Yes, you're doing amazing. Another Sunday outlook call. Obviously, it's cool. We're here. We're Easter. We're celebrating like always. We're always grateful for you as well, bro, to be the NASPros. Who else to be a NASPro with you? So definitely it's been appreciated. It's been amazing. Another year we're in this for sure. We were in the trenches, under the trenches, but now we're good. We're sitting good, and obviously we're helping everybody else come through that situation to walk through that path that you have to go on that journey, right? Of what's called trading and what we've been doing here now for the last handful of years. But it's definitely a blessing to be here. And yes, we're going to go over the news. We're going to be giving away, obviously, that account, which is cool. It's going to have all the add-ons so you could trade news as well. So we're going to be good. And so you don't run into situations like a lot of people did. And that's why it's important to educate yourself. So shout out to you guys that were here because the market closed Friday. So if you're going to close your trades Thursday, guess what? That fell into a weekend. And if you don't have weekend add-ons, guess what? Your account goes bye-bye if you don't have the add-on. But for the account that we're going to give away today has the weekend add-on too, so that doesn't happen. So let's get to this. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. We're going to go over the news. As always, guys, as I always mention, for the news, don't fall for the smoke. We just know what type of news it is to know how to trade it. And then we do look at the data, but for other things, right? So if we're playing something more of a long-term play, a swing trade, if we have any investments on the sides, right? If we have any mutual funds, if we have any stocks, it's good to know, right? If you're purchasing a house, a car, things of that nature, it's always good to know. But for the news, never fall for the actual smoke itself. This week is going to be pretty chill. So keep in mind, though, that we did close early the week because of the holiday, right? So when the market opens, we're probably going to see a big push. We're going to probably see a little bit of volume, a little bit unexpected movements, and that's okay. Don't worry about it. It's just the fact that a lot of orders got trapped. They released, plus the weekend orders, so we should see a pretty big movement. And as always, a lot of stuff isn't happening in the background when it comes to politics, which has actually been good. We don't speak about politics here. We're not picking sides or anything like that ever. We respect everybody's beliefs and whatnot. But it's actually been really good. Like the numbers, if you live in the United States, if you've seen what's been happening, right? Interest rates are going down. Home purchases for the interest rates are going down. The cost of gas has been going down like for the past, I think I was watching today some report that was like It's got all of these things have gone down for the positive, right? And over 3.5+ years that we hadn't seen that, everything's dropping. So it's good. So we're seeing a lot of stuff, but again, media plays a little bit different. There's still the trade-up situations happening. So you might still see those a little bit of spikes, but don't worry about it. Just the candles don't lie. Like I said, people do, but the candles don't. Candles don't lie. So today's Sunday, nothing really to worry about. We're good as usual. Sometimes now and then on a Sunday, we might have President Trump speak. We might have FOMC speaker speak, but it's very rare. So nothing to worry about right now. Tomorrow, Monday, pretty chill as well. We have an FOMC speaker, nothing much really. CBD leading index. Leading index is going to be interesting to see the numbers, not really to trade, because it's weird. It's saying negative, but I don't think it is. And this is just as far as predicting where the economy is going. Again, if you look at the data, I don't see why the economy would be going to worse if the cost of eggs are lowering, the cost of gas is lowering, if the interest rates for purchasing a house is lowering, if unemployment's at its lowest rate for the last 4 years. There's more new jobs. Like, I don't see how that's possible. So that's why I say it's going to be very interesting to see what these numbers actually push out. So that'll be interesting, but not really to trade it much. Tuesday is going to be a little bit better. And so Tuesday we have Richmond Manufacturing Index. This one's interesting. So manufacturing index is obviously measuring the manufacturing, right, in the US, seeing what had happened. So I don't know how are they going to play this because technically still the manufacturing has been low as it is in the United States, but there's already a ton of companies that have already committed, that have already put money, that have already purchased the land to be able to set up a lot of manufacturing and bring back to the United States. Will that reflect positive now, or are they still going to reflect the numbers we have now? So that's going to be another interesting one. Not really that I'm super impressed on trading it. I don't think it'll make a crazy movement. It'll just be an interesting one to see and to be looking at. That's all it is on this one, right? So outside of that, we're pretty chill. Nothing really to worry about at all. We do have the API Weekly Statistical Bulletin that doesn't happen much. Another interesting one to see just in regards to number, petroleum, energy, all that good stuff. If you trade stocks, if you have anything like in mutual funds that has to do with anything with energy, this is one you want to look at based off numbers, nothing we're really trading. Wednesday, Wednesday gets a little bit better. Wednesday at 8 o'clock, at 8:35, we have Waller speaking. 8:45, we have Flash Manufacturing PMI, Flash Services PMI, 9 o'clock home sales. So it's not nothing crazy big, but we have a lot of back-to-back news. The only one I'm really interested in looking at numbers are new home sales, as I've been mentioning every single time forever. Homes is always going to be a great leading indicator for recession. So we might see maybe somebody say, hey, politics are bad, we're going to crash, but the numbers of home new sales are looking great. That's what matters. Like we need to see those numbers. So it's really good leading indicator for recession when it comes to new home sales. Again, nothing really to trade on Wednesday. We're good. Thursday is gonna be like the highest day for news. I'll be live on TikTok, 7:30 Central Standard Time. A good 10 minutes prior is when I jump on TikTok live. And then I'll go ahead and I'll trade that. And then you'll find me for Money in the Morning on our paid platform where you find us, right? Rich and I, where we trade. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we trade live, we educate, we do everything right on the platform. But I will be additionally to that session, I'll be on TikTok live as well that day, because that's really the only day that we have for news, right? I do pop-ups here and there, but that's really going to be the only day where we should see the market move very well. And it's at 7:30 Central Standard Time, which is the time that the market likes to do a little push anyways. So perfect timing for that. The other news that I want to look at is going to be existing home sales. Of course, just to look at those numbers, look truly how the economy is looking, recession, all that good stuff, interest rates dropping, how are the existing ones looking, how are the new home looking. That's all it is, right? Friday, we close out. We have revised consumer sentiment, revised inflation expectations. So it's not the real like numbers right now. It's more of revising what the numbers were. Everything's lining up. Everything's good. Everything should look perfectly fine. The numbers are looking actually good. Consumer sentiment, consumers are starting to spend again. Inflation is dropping. Good, good news. So like I said, there's not much this week, which will be good. So that when you have a lot of crazy news, you could scalp really great opportunities. When you don't, we should see a nice little direction of the market. So I think this week, most likely we'll be seeing a nice little either bearish or bullish channel. The only day that we could see a big brusque movement will be Thursday for unemployment. Outside of that, we should see a really clean week with the market heading into one direction. We'll obviously go over that right now, Rich and I, on the charts, but I think we'll have a really nice opportunity. This might be a week again, which if I do, I'll put that number out. I'll give a vague number today after Rich goes over the chart of the top number. Like I obviously know my bear target, my bull target. But I think this week, if not tomorrow, I'll put out once the market opens. I want to put out the number like I did last time. So last time I was like, hey guys, I'm gonna go ahead and buy right now when the market opens, and I'm not gonna close it until Friday. And we went all the way from 16,660 all the way to almost like 19,000. Just held in one trade all the way long. I think it's gonna be a really good week again to do that. But that's it for me for the news on that side of things. Again, make sure you guys are paying attention to everything else, right? Tariff situations, war situations, politics, all that good stuff. Just don't fall for the smoke. I love conspiracies. Rich already knows that. So obviously, it's like there's a lot of things that are happening that doesn't make sense that a lot of people are putting too much attention to. When I see that, to me, it's a red flag. It's like, why is everybody talking about this that doesn't make no sense? Like, what's actually going on in the background, right? We need to find something. And there's two little three things that are happening like that, where a lot of the medias are focusing us towards that has nothing to do with actual economy. So it's really interesting to see what has been happening there, what's really going on, what we'll see this week. So just be ready for it. But we should have a pretty calm, chill week this week. But pass it to you, Rich. So you could go over the NAS chart, and then I'll do the same and take it from there.
Sounds good, bro. Awesome. So yeah, guys, let's dive into the charts here really quickly. I'm gonna share my screen here. Alrighty. So Nas. Towards the end of the week, we kind of saw Nas slow down a little bit. I think everything really stems, as far as like what I'm looking at for Nas right now, from that massive day that we had, which was Wednesday the 9th. So if you guys recall, Wednesday the 9th is where we really had that massive movement. It was like tens of thousands of pips that Nas moved with tariff news and everything like that. And I think that we're really going to be making some big decisions. More or less, we're like in the middle ground right now. So I'm really looking at the swing highs and the swing lows. Obviously, we had Nas dropping off for quite some time, ended up bottoming out here, pushing up, respecting that low, making a new high. And we've really filled in that fair value gap that's in the middle. So it's really two ways. I personally think that that shift of structure pushing us up is going to end up still being respected. So I am thinking bullish for now. Just the way that we've kind of sat within this fair value gap, I think if we can maintain this level here, we can end up coming for all of these highs up here and just kind of keep the bullish momentum going. But we really got to pay attention to how Sunday opens. And obviously, things do change throughout Asian and London session. I only really trade NAS during New York. So I'm just looking at certain different, things that really stand out on the chart. And one important thing is the supply zone that we had that really triggered this entire like avalanche that we had on NAS. So if we really look at that manipulation point where everything kind of kicked off was here. So really, once we had that liquidity grab of all these highs and we started shifting the structure downwards, I think that this is a very sensitive piece of price that we'll return to. We got kind of close to it with, these moves that we saw here, but all we really did was grab all of this liquidity and start to fill in some of these fair value gaps here. But we still haven't tapped into the supply zone, which is like the extreme point and the origin of that big sell-off. So I have this marked off as a very important like zone that I think we can gravitate towards as a buy side target. And it would kind of achieve a couple different things by doing that. Number one, again, it kind of mitigates that manipulation that we saw that kicked off that massive downtrend. And it would also grab a lot of buy side liquidity. All of these little highs that we see here, there's sellers, really trying to hold price down, but we're not getting that real convincing move, I think. So what we're going to have to see on my end for me to be really comfortable with buys is, again, depending how we open up, now in the next couple hours and heading into Monday, I'd actually want to see price maybe try to come a little bit lower and then have that shift, a retracement and another shift. And once I start seeing that bullish, smaller time frames kind of align with this higher time frame idea, then I'll be looking to basically, take profits at around 19,300 all the way up to 19,600 where we start tapping into that zone. So I just think overall, again, like we saw price was very bearish for some time, starting from here. And then we bottomed out, held that low, made a new high. And so I think that we're gonna still kind of continue that next wave up. That's how I see it personally right now. Again, things can change overnight. So you guys that know my strategy, you know I'm very reliant on analyzing what happens specifically during Asian session. Now, don't get me wrong, there is also liquidity targets that we've started seeing to the downside as well. So we're really going to be kind of like fighting between the buy side liquidity and the sell side liquidity. So either way, I think even if we do see some sell opportunities, I'll go ahead and take those and really grab these lows. But I wouldn't be surprised if we end up getting a correction and then moving up to take buy side. So I think that this is just kind of like a little bit of a pullback kind of consolidation that we're seeing that's going to decide the next big push in the market. So, that's where I'm at right now. We're kind of like in the middle of two important points, and I'm going to need a little bit more information to really get a good glimpse. But I'm already mentally prepared for those two different scenarios of grabbing these highs and tapping into here. Or if we fail to do that and start to break lower, then I know that we'll be gunning for this low that we have here at 17,700. And at that point, if we really start to continue to really see momentum to the downside, then of course we'll be looking to take price down here. But if you guys notice, I don't ever try to marry one idea or like only think that it could do one thing, because we know that the market can shift. So I want to be prepared for those two different scenarios, both for buying and selling. And so it's going to be really important how we break out of this kind of consolidation here. So that's what I have for now. Obviously, I want to see your input as well, Brent, especially from a scalping perspective. So let's see what's up.
Yes, sir. So, kind of have the same one as you, as usual. There's
Yeah.
a different little scenario here. That's one little off scenario that I could see, right? So one last week, obviously when we had last week opened, dropped, beautiful drop, came into the channel, called the live trade on the live session. We followed the channel through, bought a bunch. It was good. Tuesday, ended the session. I said, hey guys, if it breaks out of this channel, we're gonna drop. If not, we're gonna keep on going up. Drop. So when it dropped, I was like, okay, we're in full sell modes now, and we're gonna go full bearish, which was perfect because if you were on Wednesday's live session on TikTok where we did Powell, when Powell spoke, then you caught this ridiculous trade right here. So we had 35,500. So it's just something monstrous. I've never called to sell like that, I think, ever, at least for sure this year. That was ridiculous. I saw it was just the results were crazy. The chat was going wild that day for sure. That was an amazing drop. I went all the way to that 18, which was needed. It's an institutional number. We've been seeing that 18 for a long time. Tapped it, but then bounced right off. So because it bounced right off in the way it bounced right off, that's where I'm a little bit with you, Rich, as far as like, yeah, like that was super strong for the Bulls. Yes, the Bulls got their ass kicked left and right all week, but that right there was like, yeah, we're not dead. Like we're just playing awesome here, but we're not dead. That was huge rejection for it to tap that 18 and go all the way up in that same day, right back where it dropped, if not more. So that just proved that the Bulls are still very strong, even in this bullish momentum. And this bullish momentum, all that it was meant to come down and take liquidity. That's all that it was. And that's why I wanted that 1800. So it proved the point. That's great. What I don't like, and I think just the fact that the week ended early, right? I would have loved to see that last week, like Friday market to be open, right? And it would have stayed above here in this zone. The market would have ended around here. So the fact that it ended here, it's not fully telling me like, hey, we're off. Bull 100% to the moon. This is telling me obviously that there's very much strength, that there's a lot of reason to do there, but I'm not fully convinced. So what I need to see is let the market open. Where is it going to play on these EMAs? Because that's part of what the strategy that I use is going to be above, is it going to be up below? That's going to be one key factor for me. And then once it touches one or the other, is it going to touch the previous day highest or the previous day lowest? And what is it going to do? So if it breaks above the market breaks above and it stays above the EMAs, gets back to the previous day highest, breaks through it, tests it, we're off. We're off. It will struggle. I will say that it will struggle at that 19,000 for sure. It might just go to that 19,000 drop and then start consolidating. So that's going to be a big part there. Like I don't see it much going really crazy high. Yes, we have a lot of zones to come here, but it's been handling these drops since last month without a problem. So we might get a little retrace here just to take these low highs and then continue down. I don't really there's just nothing happening unless something crazy happens midweek with one of the NAS 100 stocks that something pushes something crazy. That might be it. I know there's a lot of tension right now with Apple, and I forgot with what other company, because during the whole tariff situations, they did some naughty stuff. They sent some of their units, I think it was like to India, then over here to like evade some of that stuff. So there's a lot of tension there, and those are obviously tech companies that we need to pay attention to. So something crazy has to happen. The other way would be market opens. It'll touch the previous day high and then just come all the way down and it'll continue to crash. And if it does come down, my actual like target for the week, if we do see a very strong movement, it's going to be down here close to that 16,000. Like coming all the way down here to the 16,000 to come back to this low. If it goes up, then it has potential to come up. Struggle, like I said, it's going to struggle at this 19,000-ish. But once it breaks that 19,000-ish, then it's going to go all the way to 21. So I know it's a really big distance. I'm going to put those down here. It's a pretty big distance at that point, and there's not a lot happening. But again, I feel we're going to have a very bearish, bullish trend for the week. So we should see easy. So I'm going to put this down here as 21. I'm going to put bull target. Go ahead and change the style just so we can know what it is. I'm going to make it just pink. And style, we're going to make it really thick. And we're going to make it lined just so we know what it is. That's my bullish target. That's my bull target. It's pretty up there. Like I said, it's at that 21. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing here for the bear, which will be down into this like, there's so much here. So I'm just gonna play it safe per se. And I'm gonna just say back into that 16, which was crucial at 16,666, whatever, 600, doesn't matter, same thing. Because these aren't numbers, like these aren't exact numbers, they're more of zones than anything. So these are my targets for the week that I'm looking at. We really, again, one last time, guys, just to clarify, I need to see this open and either break the previous day high, support on it, and bounce up to go into full buys and go to my bull target. I need to see come down, break my previous day lowest, come down to go for my bear target. Here in the middle, all that it is consolidation. Even if it stays underneath this EMA and it opens, it's still consolidation. I needed to break one of these two zones to really say, okay, I'm all bull, I'm all bear. That's where we're at right now. So those are my numbers for NAS. That's what I'm looking. Outside of that, we're good. I know sometimes people ask for gold and whatnot. I'll just say this, gold is gold. It's still up there. It's still on that 33. Hey, it's uptrending. We've had some good opportunities, called some taps, won them, good. But there's not really much that I'm looking for in excitement for gold. I think it's just going to keep on going up. If we have a retrace, it'll come down to that previous day lowest, but it's going to be really hard for this seed to come all the way down to this 29.50. I think that we're just going to keep on continuing to go bearish at this point, which it's weird. It just doesn't make sense. And that's what I was saying. Like, I want to pay attention to these news numbers because just how, like, prices of cost of living is becoming more affordable. There's less unemployment. There's lower interest rates. Obviously, the dollar is still not gaining its strength, right? So a lot of it has to do with politics. So it's just the waiting game at that point. Eventually, gold is going to have to crash. But as we said before, with cryptos and stuff like that, it's crashing, but it's not going to crash. So like, I highly doubt, we don't know. Obviously, we just go off our intuition, off our experience, our subconscious of us doing this for so many years. But at the end of the day, like, I don't see gold going back into the 1,000. Like that time is just done. You know what I mean? It's like Bitcoin. Bitcoin will drop. It did a big drop. Rich and I both said it's going to that 76, 78, and everybody's like, oh my God, you're crazy. Like, and it went there. Now it could go to 64, 32, but I highly doubt I would ever see Bitcoin at $700 again. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, it turns into the new low, the new high, like all that stuff. It's trends, right? That's all it is. It's when you're talking about clothing trends and this trends and age trends, like it's all trends. So sure, gold could go back to a low of 2025. Sure. But I think we're obviously still facing more highs than anything. We'll see some retracements, but that's it for me. That's it for me. Powell's being a stubborn politician. Hey, shout out to Powell. Powell, I love you, bro. You made us, you get so many pips when you spoke last week. Keep on speaking, keep on doing it for the fan, keep on doing it for the community. I love it. Powell's my favorite buddy right now. He is good, especially after last week. That was just amazing. Yes, Valentine. Yeah, I don't knock here manipulating the price 100%. We get started with that conversation. Rich already knows we'll be here for 2, 3 hours talking, but that's not it is. This is a Sunday market outlook, so let's stick to it. But that's it for me. Anything else, Rich, that you want to touch on? Anything crypto wise, stock wise?
I know we've been covering it pretty recently, like more frequently, but I mean, personally, like when it comes to looking at stocks and cryptos, I have more of like the investing approach more than day trading. So developments, are always I'm always looking at it on daily and weekly time frames. I don't even really look at anything less than that. So things haven't really changed. So I mean, for me, I mean, if you want to cover something, go for it. Personally, I have really nothing new at all compared to last Sunday as far as cryptos and stocks. I just think that last week was just kind of ranging overall. Again, if you're somebody that trades like crypto futures, I know we have a lot of educators in the private mentorship with Akashex like Armin and Matthew now that are getting super active when it comes to like, altcoins and, again, trading it in a day trading perspective. But at least for me, like I'm pretty sure you for the most part, I see is the same where we're like buying and holding or just kind of like, playing the long-term game when it comes to that. So nothing new on my end for that. I think this week is just a matter of just focusing more on the day trading stuff with Nas and allowing crypto to do something different for once. I do think the only thing I would say about like Peloton, like for me, I just there's always an adage that you hear that's like doesn't matter how good you are at stock picking, if the stock market is bearish, it's gonna be hard for you to see any type of gains overall. So like right now, I know my Peloton position is like in half of what it was 2 months ago. So I'm just riding it out, honestly. I tell people all the time, like all my cryptos and stocks with my long-term plays, I'm in it for a year plus mentally. So I don't even care about it. It's in the back burner for me. So I'm not sure, bro, if you want to cover anything on that side today either, or
No, we're good. I mean, XLM is still at 24, so it's obviously it's
yeah.
gonna take a little bit of time for that big explosion. We got in there at that 22, 23, 21, wherever it dropped down. It went down to 20, 20-ish and some change, some micro change. So nothing that happened there. ADA doubled from where last time was, so we're good. Bitcoin's obviously being Bitcoin. I think it'll go back up into that 88 area for sure, that 88, 90 in this week at least. It's at 84.50 right now. I'll probably do a little bit more of a dip and then jump up. If you're still in Carvana, we're still in profits. I mean, we came in at 166, it's at 214 still. So, I mean, we're good. I think it'll pop up again to around that 240. Like as I mentioned, what I felt with the car industry, that a lot of the dealerships were going to play the whole what do you call it? The whole tariff scheme, and that's what's been happening nationwide. Like there's a bunch of them that they're marking them up 25, 35, 45% for tariff fees on new cars. So the used car industry is popping, especially those that are not dealership wise, like CarMax and Carvana. And that's why we went with Carvana. So it's interesting just to pay attention to everything happening and you'll find those opportunities, right? But yeah, nothing for me either. Just the beauty of having residual income and having referral codes, guys, is amazing, especially when they pay in crypto. Because that's the thing for me. Like my Bitcoin jumps up and down. It's like, wait a second, why am I down? And that's like, oh, because I got an automatic deposit for my withdrawals for my for my commissions today, and it's at 84 today, and yesterday was at 88. So okay, gotcha, I know why. But it's okay, because guess what? 2, 3 days from now, I'll get another deposit and then it levels out. So for me, I'm in that point with Rich now. It's like, cool, we took the opportunity. We felt that the dip was going to happen and went down into that 78-ish area that we were looking at, 78, 76. If we took advantage, you took advantage. I did. So if you did, you did. Cool. And it'll keep on doing what it's doing. But right now, we just chill and we focus on other things right now. So obviously, we focus on passing props, doing our things, showing people what we do, finding new, building new testimonies, creating stories, right? That's where we go into that season now. If we create the stories now, see a bunch of new people come in, pass their prop firms, get their withdrawals, get excited, see them bring in more people, and it's just a domino effect right now. And we'll be traveling a lot. I know Rich has a bunch of
I
travels,
was just
a
gonna get
bunch of
into that
travels.
right
I
now.
mean, July's gonna be crazy. Obviously, right now will be next month, right? Next month, yeah, less than 30 days from today. We'll be what 20 something days from now. We'll be in Manchester, guys. So make sure if you're in Manchester and UK, you need to tap in. This Manchester one is gonna be super excited, guys. Like I'm very excited for this one. And then something that I learned from one of the amazing mentors that we have. Her name is Candice Burr Davis. If you don't know her, you need to follow her. She said something that always stuck to me, right? An event will do for you what you can't do for you, but more importantly, an event will do for your team what you can't do for your team. So events have really stuck to me ever since I heard that and I understood the true importance of it. Because coming from the corporate world, events are horrible, they suck. But coming from the space that we do, events are pretty cool. I've been at multiple events with Rich. Rich and I have both been on stage. It's amazing. But this one's going to be a little bit different, and I'm excited for it as a perspective of an educator. Because Laura's the one
Yeah.
that's organizing all this. Shout out to Laura. She had 50K. She's going to 100 right now for sure. But her whole purpose of this is like, guys, I want this to be the first actual event where it's like super trading focused, super educated for focused. Yes, we'll have team building and everything. We'll have amazing speakers for that. But the primary focus that I want is somebody to come in and leave knowing something new when it comes to trading. Like that's going to really
Yeah.
help the trading industry. And that just hit me right away. So I was like, I am all in. I will take that horrible 16-hour flight all day for something like that. I'll go to Manchester next month when it's still going to be gloomy and rainy, when it's beautiful and sunny here. I will do that for sure for that purpose. So make sure you guys are locking in. Make sure you go. You have a little bit, almost a full month right now. So you're in the States or anywhere else, you have plenty of time to get a ticket at a good price, find a stay at a good price. It's not last minute. It's definitely gonna be worth it, guys. And then we have obviously a ton of other events right now. We have our Dream Trips events to Playa. That's gonna be crazy. We have some other stuff coming up that we can't speak about yet. Some more beachiness that we can't speak about yet, but that'll be launched soon. What else? We have Rome. We
We
have
have July. We have Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale in July. That's another big one too. So 420 today. Obviously, we get to celebrate two things today. So the part of being grateful and gracious and appreciative, right? And then if you're Catholic religious, you get to be celebrate that side too, right? And then if you celebrate the other celebration that I like to celebrate on 420s too, well, there's a big celebration too. So Fort Lauderdale is going to be pretty cool because it's going to combine two different brands, the trading side with the CBD brand. So it's really interesting. If you guys want to partake in that too, it's healthy and there's some fun. There's a little bit of both. So right now, reach out to the person that invited you, or if you already partnered with us, then you actually could log into your back office and you can see the stores, see all the 420 deals that we have right now. One little thing before I pass to you, Rich. One that you need to get this one, guys. This is the one you need to get for sure. I know my thing always zooms out horribly, but this is the one you need to get. The Akashics edition, guys. The Akashics edition. It's on sale. It's I think like 15% off right now.
Oh wait, what? I didn't even see that.
Oh my God, come on, bro. Like this is the bro. Here's the thing, and I'll do it for everybody on camera so you guys are not like, and you guys know I'm transparent as hell. You guys know that I don't lie, I don't care who you are. If you've had CBD intentions before, you know that it tastes like if you're licking a cow. You just know it. It tastes horrible. And even the stuff that we sell too, I've said it before, it's healthy, you feel great, but it tastes absolutely horrible. Is my face normal? Am I making any faces? Did I just lick it down? No, I didn't. Like, bro, this tastes so freaking good. This one, actually, the Obsidian one is the Akashics edition. So what it does is that it focuses you, but it chills you out at the same time. So it calms your nerves, calms your emotions. You're not a little jumpy. You don't think the charts are talking to you. Like when they're not actually talking to you, it helps a lot. I like it a lot for sure. This one's cool. We have two other ones that just came out, but they're not Akashics edition, but they're still good. So you definitely want to look all of them out. But this is the Akashics edition. So if you're in it and you're trading, you need this for sure. I know I can't say some stuff for compliance reasons, but you already know what I'm trying to say. You need it. You want to, you already know. That's all I'm going to say because I don't want to get Rich's YouTube channel dropped either. But guys, for real. I took it right before my TikTok session last week. That's all I'm going to say. So I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that for sure. It's some really good stuff and it's all on sale right now, guys. So take advantage of that. But Fort Lauderdale, Rome, um, Atlanta, which other ones are you doing, Rich? I know you got a lot going on right now too.
Yeah, no, I mean for sure the what's it called? Manchester, Fort Lauderdale, and then Atlanta are like the public ones. Obviously, we have like our private ones that we're looking into, but those are the three main ones that we can connect with the students and do some training. So those are the ones I'm looking forward to for sure.
Yeah.
So travel is important, guys. We want to obviously connect with y'all in person. And I know that Manchester one's gonna be like the most in-depth, like actual detailed in-person trading training that we could do. So yeah, man. Shall we get into the giveaway?
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right.
And
All right.
so
It is
guys,
officially giveaway time, y'all. What were you gonna say?
giveaway times. And guys, I'm gonna say this once, okay? I'll be the bad guy here, okay? I'll be the bad guy, Rich. Don't worry about it. We're not gonna do no fancy raffles. We're not gonna collect the names. We're not gonna give you flyers. We're not gonna give you a chart. We're not gonna, no. Right now, it's all about destiny, the universe, God, whatever you want to believe in. Rich is gonna close his eyes like last time. One, two, three, boom, that one, and that's the one. So today's Easter. Be grateful. Don't get the chat later like, oh my God, that was not the right. No, we refute that. Stop it. Stop it. Be grateful and celebrate whoever wins, and that's it. All right, go ahead, Rich.
Yeah, so yeah, because the first time we did a giveaway, people were like, "Oh, that's not fair." Guys, I have no clue who's gonna win it. I'm not picking anybody on purpose. Like, I don't do that. All right, we're gonna get a legit random pick on the screen that I'm just gonna see and pick it, and that's it. All right. So I don't care if I know you personally, if I've ever talked to you, if I've never seen you in your life. I'm gonna be a legit giveaway on here right now. Okay, so we're gonna do this very, very simply. All right. I want you guys in the chat box to just spam the chat with the word Akashex. And I'm gonna go ahead and literally close my eyes and pick somebody. Now, once we pick the winner, I need you guys to please, 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 we're gonna do a group chat via like Telegram with me and Brent. So you need to make sure you guys have like Telegram or at minimum Instagram or something where we can like communicate with you. So that way we can hash out how we can get you the account. Okay, so we'll do a group chat, me, Brent, and whoever wins it, and we'll hash out how we get it to you. But let's drop an Akashex in the chat. All right, and I'm going to literally pick a random person. All right, so I'm gonna literally close my eyes and I'm gonna put my finger on the screen, and the minute that's I open my eyes, all right. So that's the rule. All right. So three, two, one. All right. I need you guys to stop spamming the chat. Trader Julie Kate. Trader Julie
Oh,
Kate.
let's go. Congrats.
Trader
Congrats.
Julie Kate
Congrats.
is the winner. Let's
Definitely.
go.
Reach out to
Let's
Rich,
go.
myself for sure. Either on Instagram, Telegram. We'll open that chat. All three of us will do the process to make sure you get your account, all add-ons included. Shout out to TradeX. So you'll be able to trade news. You'll be able to trade weekends. You'll be able to trade 90-10 split. So beautiful, beautiful. Count there you
Let's
go. Trade
go.
with us and have a ton of fun. So congrats, congrats, congrats.
Awesome. So, so Julie, I know you're in Akashex, which is great. So, guys, if you are not part of Akashex yet, if you're maybe tapping into this for like a little bit of a preview of what we do, this is a very over the top kind of like, summary of what we see going on for the week and everything. So, a lot of value is found in the private mentorship, where you guys can get access to our live sessions, pre-recorded content, signals, group chats, literally everything. Um, so a lot of value in that, depending if you guys got invited here by somebody, you want to reach out to them, If you found out about this because of Brent, make sure you guys get started with Brent. If you found out about this with me, you can get started with my link. Regardless, we just want to see you guys become a part of the community. We've literally been in Akashex from day one back in 2022. And we were here when it was like a couple hundred people. We're now at over 17,000 customers and affiliates around the world throughout God knows how many countries at this point. I can't even keep count. And we're closing in on 20,000 members. It sounds crazy. It doesn't even sound real, but that is how powerful this business has been. And it comes down to the testimonials and the results. And, Kate is one of those members. And, we look forward to helping her contribute to getting more funding and just maximizing our trade alerts, our guidance and everything like that. So again, we'll get in contact with you so we can get you that account. And yeah, so super excited to give that to you and super excited to connect with you guys throughout the week. If you are in Akashex, we will be back next Sunday as well to do another edition of Sunday Market Outlook. Maybe we give another free account next week. Let's see. The only way you'll know is if you plug in. And I will say it's kind of smart idea if you like invite a bunch of friends and family because that gives you kind of more chance for you to win the account if you think about it. So that's all I'm gonna say. All right. But yeah, man, any last minute thoughts from you, Brent, before we go ahead and wrap this up?
No, I mean, obviously, thank you guys for being here, tapping in. Let's keep on growing a community. Let's keep on having more people on these calls, keep on doing what we're doing. Again, it's a blessing what we could do, Rich and I, and obviously it's a blessing that you guys could do by sharing it to somebody. So make sure you bring a friend next time here. And tomorrow, Mindset Monday, it's gonna be a good one because you guys have been pushing me to something I haven't really wanted to do because I wanted to kind of save this one. To be honest, I kind of wanted to charge for this one, but you guys have been calling it nonstop. And on TikTok, I said a little bit about it. You guys went crazy about speaking the whole training for the cemetery traders, the journey of a trader, all that stuff. And you guys went crazy on TikTok. So tomorrow, Mindset Monday, because I haven't done a couple ones, I'm going to do that one tomorrow. So it's going to be a little bit longer, guys. Typically, Mindset Monday is 15-20 minutes. This one might last a whole 45 minutes, maybe. So just be ready for that. But I'm going to go through that whole training, touching on that part. So tap into that. TikTok, I'll be live, I said Thursday. Catch Rich and I, obviously, Cash X Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm on 8 Central. Rich is on right away at 9. On top of that, Rich has a Spanish one. And yeah, that's it. As always, guys, it's not about getting to the top, but it's about how many people you could bring with. So see you guys at the top.